Hello, folks out there in Denver land. My name is Earl Macomb. I am the host here tonight for the virtual college fairs of Greater Denver. We're happy that you have joined us this evening. We have 6 wonderful universities and colleges who will present to you tonight. So that I name them in order of presentation, we have the University of Massachusetts Amherst, Brandeis University, Boston College, MCPHSU, it's abbreviation, and I'm sure Luke will tell you what that is. And then Brandeis College and also Merrimack College. So I want to remind the folks who are listening in that your camera and microphone are off. However, you can pose questions through the Q&A function on your Zoom bar. So please look for that on your toolbar. You may also sign up for more sessions here. There is another Greater Denver Fair tomorrow night, so please do that. And then a recording of this session will be available at the end at the link that you see there, strivescan.com/Greater Denver. So, all right, just so folks know, we are in the A4 section down here at the bottom left-hand corner. This is the order of presentation. So I'm going to stop my screen share. All right, I think we're back all together. Are we? Yep. Wait, hold on 1 second. There we are. Okay. We are all back together, Brady Bunch style. I love this. If you're not a fan of Brady Bunch, I was when I was younger. So at any rate, we are starting off with Rachel from UMass Amherst, and I will see you from point to point and move us along. So Rachel, go ahead and share your screen.
I will. Thank you so very much. My name is Rachel Mason. I am the Associate Director of First Year Recruitment here at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. I am also an unapologetic and enthusiastic alum of UMass Amherst. I am joined today by my little future UMass alum here. So if you see on their head bopping along, this is the virtual world. And I am happy to share with you, though, what sets UMass Amherst apart as a world-class university. We are located in Amherst, Massachusetts, which is a small agricultural town with the University of Massachusetts at its center. When you think of UMass, we actually have 22,000 undergraduate students. When we are fully enrolled and our students are on campus, our population density is second only to Manhattan. We are ranked as one of the 26 top public universities in the United States, of which we are very proud. We offer over 100 majors, minors, and certificate programs for our students to complete. In terms of research groups, we are a research university, Tier 1. Our students are able to engage in research as early as their freshman year of college. So students are really able to explore all their interests. We have an incredibly supportive, enthusiastic alumni network of over 300,000 across the world who are supportive of the university itself, but also our students after graduation. If you leave here knowing nothing other than that we are a top research university, you should also know that we are #1 in campus dining, 5 years running, according to the Princeton Review. We are proud of our food, not only for the way it tastes, but also because of our commitment to sustainability on campus. Let's talk a little bit about our community. Again, there are 22,000 undergraduate students who are coming from across the country. Typically 49 states are represented. We're so happy to welcome back our international students, nearly 1,500 students in total. There are so many different things we can talk about which set UMass Amherst apart from other universities, one of which for the last 8 years, we have been ranked in the top 30 LGBTQ friendly campuses. We're very proud of the fact that the Stonewall Center, our LGBTQ Student Resource Center, was actually the first of its kind in the United States, founded in 1985. 31% of our students identify as individuals of color, and 21% are first in their family to attend a college or university, first gen. These are really important numbers, but not just because I can put them up here on a PowerPoint. It's really about the university's commitment to supporting students, not only in terms of enrollment, but through and to graduation. So we have actually been recognized for our work with first gen students through programs like a mentorship program, which partners our first gen students with faculty and staff who are first generation themselves, and have resulted in graduation numbers that we're very proud of. There's a lot going on campus, as you can imagine, with 30,000 students in total. There are more than 400 clubs and activities that students can participate in. We are D1 sports as well. There's everything from student government, religious affiliated groups, social justice, culture and arts, right on down to a lettuce eating club. I kid you not. But I really think our marching band is the most emblematic of our, it represents the community that we are. Our marching band is present at all sorts of different activities, and it's of course also competitive. It is also open to anyone who wants to join. So whether you've been playing an instrument since you were in kindergarten or just thought it might be something you wanted to pick up, there's a place for you on the marching band. And that's really reflective of the UMass Amherst community. We are absolutely a stellar research institution, but we also support everyone we go through this. We know that we are stronger together. Finally, of course, our faculty members make up the cornerstone of our community. Again, all engaged in research that they involve our students in as well. In terms of academics, when you think of those 90+ majors, what I really want folks to remember and to consider is that we break them down into 10 schools or colleges. And that's where you'll do the majority of your studying and be able to connect with your advisor and your classmates. We have exploratory tracks for those who are not exactly sure what they would like to major in. We do have 4 competitive majors that I like to point out, or schools and colleges. That includes nursing, the College of Computer and Information Science, engineering, as well as the Eisenberg School of Business Management. These schools aren't any better than others, they're simply more popular. We do offer the Honors College as well, where students are able to study and graduate with honors. There is no additional application for the program. We consider all first-year applicants to be invited to be part of the Honors College. In terms of our application deadlines, we're coming up on early action deadline of November 5th. We also offer a regular decision January 15. I encourage students to consider the early action deadline if possible, unless you're on an upward trajectory, in which case regular decision would certainly be the right fit for you. Please feel free to contact us and stay in touch with us via our socials. We are very much here to help answer your questions and give you the information you need to make the decision that UMass Amherst is right for you.
Rachel, that's great. Thank you so much. You did it. Awesome. And thanks for joining us. So again, reminder, the Q&A function is live, folks. So I want to go ahead and hand the floor over to Jessica. There she is from Brandeis. So I'm going to let you start sharing your screen, and there that is. And all right, Jessica, off you go.
All right, sounds good. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us in this session. My name is Jessica Schulman. I'm a Senior Assistant Director of Admission at Brandeis, and like my UMass colleague, I'm also an alum of Brandeis. I'm going to take you through kind of a quick overview of what's really important. I know at the end of the day, a lot of schools kind of start sounding the same, and so I want to make sure that you understand what makes Brandeis a little bit different. Brandeis was built upon 3 major values. We were founded by the American Jewish community at a time where a lot of elite institutions in the United States use quota systems for admitting their incoming classes. One group that was being discriminated against was the American Jewish community. So they created Brandeis as a response to those quotas so that all students would get in based on their own academic merit and not based on their religion or color of their skin, or if they identified as male or female. At the time, that was really revolutionary and exciting and brand new. And that's part of how Brandeis was founded. And you see these themes of inclusivity, diversity, and equality really woven into the Brandeis experience. Brandeis is built upon three major values, the first of which is a reverence for learning. Like my colleague at UMass, or UMass in general, Brandeis is a tier 1 research university. What that means is that a lot of our funding and resources go towards research, whether that's the hard sciences, the social sciences, the humanities, the fine arts. Every major needs research, right? In the United States, there's about 125 tier 1 research universities. Brandeis is the second smallest tier 1 research university in the country. So you have the funding and resources of a big school at the size of a little bit larger than a traditional liberal arts college, getting the best of both worlds in that sense. A lot of our students thrive upon critical thinking, lots of opportunities for interdisciplinary studies. And then the last value we like to highlight is a commitment to repairing the world. You'll find that Brandeis is incredibly committed to social justice. You'll find students at Brandeis want to advocate for things, change something, fix something in the world, whether that's advocating for LGBTQ rights or environmental sustainability, working on a cure for something, working with refugees, whatever your cause is, you'll find that Brandeis is a really incredible launching pad for those initiatives. So we are rooted in social justice. It's not just our education majors or our social policy majors, but it's our math majors. It's our music majors. All of our students are really thinking critically about how to take what they're learning in the classroom and really use it to make an impact upon various communities. We are located just outside of Boston, just about 9 miles. So you have your own suburban campus community, very green, very hilly. But you have really easy access into the city. We have a train stop right on campus, and we also offer free shuttles that take you into Boston, where you can take advantage of all of the cool cultural offerings and everything like that. We are only 3,400 undergrads. So again, we are that second smallest tier 1 research university in the US. You see familiar faces, but you don't feel too claustrophobic with the same people over and over again. Looking at academics, we do have a core curriculum. However, it's very flexible in nature. There are no required classes. You choose what you take in order to fulfill various requirements. Just about half of our students double major, oftentimes in things that sound really nice together. Maybe business and economics is for you, maybe neuroscience and psychology, but maybe you're a student who has no idea and you like a lot of different things. A lot of our students will pursue double majors in the sense that there are things on polar opposite ends of the academic spectrum. I had a student worker last year who was a double major in chemistry and theater, and that just goes to show kind of the broad depth that a lot of our students have within their academic experiences at Brandeis. We like to highlight experiential learning, lots of opportunities for research and partnering with professors. Most students will graduate with 2 to 3 internships by the time they leave Brandeis, whether that's on campus during the academic year, in Boston, virtually as an internship type of experience now. It just depends on what you're looking for. And then about 40% of our student body will study abroad with over 200 different programs in 66 different countries. Looking at what student life is like on our campus, it goes back to our values and founding mission. So all of our clubs are open and inclusive to everybody, over 200 different clubs. The example I like to give is the Brandeis Academic Debate and Speech Society, BADASS. Our debate team's called Badass. They're ranked in the top 10 in the country every year, but the great thing about them is that you can have done debate for all 4 years of high school or just argue with your parents and siblings a lot, and you can be on a really great debate team and they want you there. All of our clubs will only get funding from student government if they are open and inclusive to everybody. So lots to do on campus. Of course, you can start your own club like a number of institutions as well, but everything from business and academic-based groups to media and publications to performance-based groups to spiritual and affinity-based groups to completely random ones. My personal favorite is the Cheese Club. They import fancy cheese from around the world and then they eat it, and that's their club. Looking at our application process and everything like that, we do operate on the Common App. So kind of that general application system where you can use it to apply to a lot of different colleges. We do use a holistic review process. That means there's no minimum GPA. There's no minimum test score in order to be considered for admission to Brandeis. We do meet full need financially. So if you are admitted to Brandeis and your family can afford to pay X amount of money, Brandeis agrees to meet the rest of that cost, whether that's through need-based grants or merit scholarships or a number of different things. About half of our student body receives need-based financial aid, with the average package being about $47,000 per year. Early decision is the program where if Brandeis is your utmost first choice, then by all means, I would encourage you to apply and pursue that early decision. That's the binding agreement one. And then lastly, we are test optional. We have been test optional for a number of years at this point. There are three main options. I would go to our website to learn more about those, but essentially you haven't had to submit your test score in about 9 years at this point. You can submit a paper instead, something that you've written for high school. So with that, feel free to leave any questions in the chat, and thank you so much for stopping by this session.
Great, Jessica, thank you so much. So, hey, I just want to remind our presenters, just go ahead and throw your contact information in the chat when you get done. That just gives our audience an opportunity to get your email address and all the necessary information to contact you. So, all right, I see Danielle. She is going to start sharing her screen. There it is. Awesome. So I'm going to hand the presentation over to Danielle from Boston College. Off you go.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well, and thank you so much for joining us. My name is Danielle Wells, and I'm one of the Associate Directors of Admission at Boston College. I have the great fortune of having the entire state of Colorado, so I'm super excited to be presenting to all of you this evening. Boston College, despite what its name indicates, is not in the city of Boston, nor is it actually a college. As you can see here, this is a nice aerial view of campus. It's a very suburban environment shaped by a lot of green grass, trees, and squirrels. But at the top of your screen, you can see those tall buildings, and that is the city of Boston. So the campus itself is very suburban. It's a beautiful place to call home, gorgeous place to be a seriously focused college student. But what's nice is that you have this major metropolitan area only a couple miles away. So we are technically not in the city of Boston. We are located in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, which is the first western suburb of the city. So we are about 6 miles outside of downtown Boston. Boston, unlike Denver, is a very compact city. It's a very easy city to navigate both by foot and by public transportation. And our students are fortunate enough to have a major train line directly across the street from campus. So they can easily walk across the street, jump on the train, take it into downtown Boston, and take advantage of all the things that the city has to offer. For those of you not familiar with the city of Boston, it is probably America's best college town because we have a lot of colleges and a lot of college students. It draws in about 250,000 college students to the city from around the country and around the world every year. So there's a lot of social things for students to be involved in. They can go to the Museum of Fine Arts for free, get discounted tickets to the Red Sox games, go out to listen to concerts or attend performances or, go out to eat. But it also is a major hub for companies and corporations. So our students at BC certainly can take advantage of not only the social opportunities, but also the opportunities to enhance their academics on campus by getting involved in internships. And we traditionally find about 87% of our students will be involved in that process during their time at BC. Back on campus, we are a very suburban environment, as I said before. We are considered a medium-sized university, so we are not a college. We, like my other colleagues have mentioned, are also an R1 research institution, so the highest caliber and classification a school can have. We are considered a liberal arts and science university. We have 9,400 undergraduate students and about 5,000 graduate students. So we are mostly focused on the undergraduate education. Our students hail from all over the country and all over the world. About 8% of our student body are international citizens, and 36% of our students identify as either being African-American, Hispanic, or Native American. The university is split up into 4 academic divisions. So when a student applies to Boston College, they apply to one of these 4. There are about 50 different majors in total at Boston College, but the vast majority of them are going to be within the Morrissey College of Arts and Sciences, because that's our oldest and our largest division. 2/3 of our undergrad population are studying in that area, and that encompasses everything from the hardcore sciences to the performing arts, to the humanities, to the social sciences. We have a brand new engineering major called human-centered engineering, and that brand new major is located within the Morrissey College of Arts and Sciences as well. The Carroll School of Management is our business school. We have a Lynch School of Education and Human Development, which has elementary and secondary education majors, but our most popular major is our Applied Psychology and Human Development program. And then our smallest school at BC is our Cannell School of Nursing, which the only major in that division is nursing. So even though our students are majoring in one of these 4 academic divisions, because we are a liberal arts and science institution, they are taking a university core curriculum. They have 4 years to complete it. It encompasses 15 classes in 10 different subject areas. and students do have a lot of flexibility in picking and choosing what courses fulfill those areas. Our students at BC can certainly double major or minor, about 2/3 do. You can take classes in any of the academic divisions on campus, so there is a lot of freedom and flexibility within your academic program. Our campus is very community oriented. Our students are very social beings, and they love to live in community and live around one another. So the vast majority of our students do live on campus. We have over 300 clubs and organizations for students to be a part of. So everything from the performing arts to service-oriented groups to intramural clubs and sports, you're going to find students involved in. We have Division I athletics, so that brings a nice spirit to campus. So 31 varsity sports that our students can cheer on. And then one of the final things that's important to know about BC is that we are very distinctive in that we are a Jesuit Catholic university. So those of you from Colorado certainly are familiar with Regis. That also is a Jesuit Catholic institution. There are only 27 of us in the entire United States. So our students are definitely going to get a distinctive education because only 26 other college campuses in the US have a similar mission and focus as BC. We're not overly concerned with what your religious leanings are, or even if you have religious leanings, that's your personal choice and personal decision. This is not an environment that's about indoctrination. We certainly welcome students from all different faith backgrounds, students who don't subscribe to any particular faith background. But what we are involved in is, number one, making sure you have a broad-based education. Number two is that caring for you as an entire being and really making sure that your college experience is a transformative one and one where you can really get to know who you are and what your beliefs and values are. And then most importantly, we challenge our students to be able to use their education in a way to improve the world, to make the lives of other people better. So kind of similar to what Jessica was talking about with the focus at Brandeis, we also are focused on issues of social justice and just using our education for good and as powerful in the world. We have several different ways that we support our students. These are just kind of a handful of ones. I won't go through them all. But most importantly, how we support our institution is our students is financially. We're a school that does also meet 100% of demonstrated need. And we certainly want to make sure that for students who without financial aid, that BC wouldn't be an option for them. It is in fact an option. And with that, I will stop there. Certainly look forward to hearing more from you, and we'll be sure to throw my information in the chat as well.
Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate it. And there's Luke. Luke, go ahead with your presentation. There you go. Awesome. So again, a reminder, folks, the Q&A is live and active. So please, if you've got questions for any of our panelists, present it that way. Luke, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and give you the floor here.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Earl. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. As it was said, my name is Luke Wilson. I work at the Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. We are a university similar to BC. However, we have college in the name, so we tack it on at the end just so there's no confusion there. We are located in Boston. We are right in the heart of the Longwood medical area. So that one slide that actually my colleague from BC had up there, we were actually listed on there. We're right across the street from Harvard Medical, diagonally across the street from Boston Children's Hospital, about a 5-minute walk from Dana-Farber Cancer Research, and so on and so forth. That Longwood medical area is essentially the largest healthcare playground in the world. You have people from all over the world that come to seek care for unique diseases and insight for how to solve them. So really the biggest benefit I can tell you with us is, location, if your goal is to land in the healthcare field, whether that be as a practitioner, or whether that be, on the other side, whether it's research and development, whether it is working on the business end of things. Believe it or not, there's a lot of things people don't think of. You think inventory management for a big company, you don't realize how much goes into it for a hospital facility. And luckily, we have really excellent faculty to help you along that process. Now, we are a teaching university, so our focus is really completely on students and their progression and their professional development, right? So all of your faculty are teaching your classes. The only time we utilize TAs are in lab work, where that lab is actually hosted by 1 full-time faculty member and 2 adjunct faculties plus 2 TAs. Labs are never bigger than 40 students. So we are very cognizant of our student to faculty ratio. while going through your programs here. We make sure that it's small class sizes and you get a lot of attention. On top of that, with us being a comprehensive healthcare university, it's very beneficial to you long run for a variety of reasons. One is our interprofessional experience with our education. At some schools, you have a small health sciences suite or one school that's maybe about 10 different programs. With us, every single program is healthcare focused. So understanding where you fit in the big picture of healthcare, again, whether you're a practitioner like a doctor, a nurse, a physician assistant, a pharmacist, or if you are someone on the other side doing research and development and making the next generation of medicines to combat whatever we're fighting here, whether it's COVID or something else. Or if you are on the side of looking to develop new medical devices and machines, or if you are on the side of figuring out, well, what's the best way to develop that machine? All of those different things sort of come into play with our programs here. So sorry, that's my dog Bailey. So really what we want to make sure we're doing here is when you're going through your education, you're not siloed off into just your particular group. Nursing students spend a lot of time with other nursing students, but we purposefully create different ways to engage you with other students. So for example, a common healthcare team that you find in the real world is a nurse, a physician assistant, and a physician, a doctor. What we actually do is partner with Harvard Medical right across the street. We have our nursing students, our PA students, and their medical students right before they're about to begin any sort of clinical rotation or residency. They'll work together on case studies in the safe space of a classroom to understand how to approach patient care in that group and what's going on with them. And then we try to go an extra step and have them interact in the real world and try to partner them together within their clinical rotations as well. Additionally, we have over 450 clinical affiliations throughout the Northeast and the world. We have many students that engage in those different international clinical opportunities as well, whether they be clerkships or formal rotations. We also do that traditional study abroad that you might think of like a semester abroad, but we also have a lot of students that engage in a variety of different travel courses where you study a foreign country's healthcare system, and then you do an alternative spring break to go to that country, spend some time seeing that healthcare system in action, but also spending some time for you and the stuff you want to do as a tourist when you're visiting somewhere new. We're about a mid-sized school founded in 1823. We're actually the oldest institution in the city of Boston. And then we're made up of 7,000 plus students across our other campuses. We have a campus in Worcester, Massachusetts, and one in Manchester, Massachusetts. However, those are only for transfer or graduate programs. All incoming freshmen do their entire undergraduate program right here in the city of Boston. On top of that, we do a lot for student engagement as well in different clubs and activities. We're actually part of a consortium called the Colleges of the Fenway. It's made up of 5 schools. It's ourselves, Emmanuel, which is next door on one side, Wentworth, which is next door on another, Massachusetts College of Art and Design, which is another direction, another neighbor of ours, and Simmons. And the 5 of us actually collaborate with clubs and organizations and groups and things like that, intramural sports, really all across the board. All of this really equates out to an excellent experience that turns into a great return on your investment, with us year in, year out being among the top ranks in the nation of earnings 10 years after they first step on campus, not graduation, among other things here. These are 6 different schools. The one thing I'll highlight really briefly for you guys is just the difference between them here. The School of Arts and Sciences, Healthcare Business, Pharmacy, and Rehabilitation Sciences are traditional timing of 2 semester years, whereas our School of Dental Hygiene, Nursing, and Medical Imaging and Therapeutics are accelerated bachelor degree programs where you graduate in a 3-year period with that bachelor's degree with summer courses and time off before and after that. My contacts information at the bottom left. I encourage students to apply early action because we generally will fill in some of those smaller programs like nursing, medical imaging, and dental hygiene. Early action 1 is November 1st. Early action 2 is December 1st. That is my time. I will turn it back over to Earl. Thank you so much. And I look forward to reading your applications.
Luke, thank you. Perfect. All right. So before Hannah takes off here and as she gets ready, go ahead. Yep. Awesome. Hey, so for those who are listening in, I want you to to hang around at the end of this. So after Rachel from Merrimack College presents, I'm going to have some closing remarks, and I'm going to do a quick round robin of our panelists. So please do stick around. I think you'll find that helpful. All right, I see welcome to Babson on my screen, and Hannah's right there, and I'm going to give it off to you. So thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Earl, and good evening, everyone. My name is Hannah Marigi. I am one of the associate directors for undergraduate admission here at Babson. And I first want to start off by talking about Babson from a 30,000-foot view, right? What are the nuts and bolts of who we are? Well, we are definitely a niche environment. We are a small private business school located in a really beautiful suburb of Boston called Wellesley, a little bit further out from the city than a Boston College, but about 10 miles outside of the Boston city limits. It might take you anywhere between 35 minutes to drive from campus into downtown Boston or vice versa. We certainly are a smaller college. We have about 2,400 undergraduate students with us on campus. We look to enroll an average incoming class every year of 650 students. The average classroom size around 30, and the student to faculty ratio is about 14:1. So if you're looking for a very personalized business education, you would certainly find that at Babson. This is a really beautiful fall foliage shot of our admission office. So it is a true college campus with great access to a major city as well. Now, when you hear Babson, you often hear another specific word associated with us, and that's going to be entrepreneurship. Babson has been ranked #1 in entrepreneurship now for 25 years in a row by US News and World Report. And while we're really proud of that ranking, and we are so grateful that places like Google, when students search #1 school for entrepreneurship, bring students to us, it's really about what's behind that #1 ranking, right? How we think about business and how we think about entrepreneurship. So our goal is not to train students to be entrepreneurs, but to teach you how to think like one, and so that you're very well-rounded for no matter what path you pursue. Most of our students actually go right into the workforce after Babson. They don't necessarily create a startup right away, but many will do that later down the road. We're not known for sending students into one particular industry. They're going to go forth and go into investment banking or become accountants or work in the tech field, go into entertainment, music, healthcare, beauty, wellness, you name it. We have students who are doing it. And I really think Babson's a very unique place that can help students really identify their pathway, but also think about how they can make a real difference in the world. The emphasis at Babson is not economic value, but really what am I giving back to my greater community and the greater world through my role in society. The one class I always like to tease a little bit is our Intro to Business course at Babson, and that is called Foundations of Management and Entrepreneurship. It's a mouthful, we call it FME for short. This is a glimpse into that class right here. Your largest class, one time, 40 students, team taught with 2 professors, and you're basically living a life of Shark Tank, to be completely honest, for your first year at Babson. Your 2 professors serve as sharks, leading you through a potential business, and they're able to give every single section of FME $9,000 worth of money to distribute to those 2 or 3 businesses that come out of every FME class. And so it's a 2-semester course. You do all the planning in the fall semester and then all of the selling in the spring semester. And then every single Babson FME company does liquidate that company at the end of their freshman year and then donates all the proceeds to a charity of their choice. So it's an incredible way to start off your college career and your Babson journey. We really believe in that practical hands-on approach to learning, encouraging our students to fail in a safe space, taking risks and thinking creatively and outside of the box as well. We are a little bit different as far as how we're structured. We only offer 1 degree. That's a Bachelor of Science in Business. So all of our students are united under that degree. But really when everything shakes out, actually 50% of your studies, yes, will be in business, but also 50% will be in liberal arts as well. In the course of the first 2 years at Babson, you're given a really strong foundation in both business and liberal arts. Alongside that FME course, you're exposed to pretty much an intro level class in all the different mainstream areas of business. So we're talking intro to finance, intro to marketing, 2 different types of accounting, micro and macro econ, intro to business law. We have writing courses, public speaking courses, and other liberal arts electives that you can take based on your choosing as well. As you then progress to be an upperclassman student, the curriculum really opens up and has a lot more flexibility and fluidity, and you can specialize through our concentrations. So our concentrations are a bit different than majors at other universities. A major might be between 10 and 12 classes, and a minor might be between 3 and 5. Our concentrations are between 4 and 6 courses. We have plenty of business offerings, but also liberal arts offerings as well. And students can choose up to 2, but they don't have to decide what they want to do until actually senior year, because it's so easy to actually fulfill one of those concentrations or 2 of their choosing. We're also not the only school located in Wellesley. We also have Olin School of Engineering and Wellesley College nearby, and our students at any of those 3 places are actually able to share academic resources and co-curricular resources with one another as well. In my last minute or so, I do want to share a little bit about our student body at Babson. We are exceptionally diverse for how small we are. This is just a quick glimpse into our current first-year class at Babson. Of our 2,400 undergraduate students, roughly 30% of our students are international citizens, that is non-US passport holders. And we really have students from all across the country and the world as well. Please take a peek at our website for all of our dates and deadlines and all those good things. But 2 quick points: we are test optional for the next 3 years, and we are need blind. And then finally, we do meet 100% of need in the first year, pretty much bring you as close to 100% over all 4 years as much as we can. Looks like my 6 minutes are up, so I'll stop there, but thank you all so much for being here tonight.
All right, thanks, Hannah. All right, so last but not least, I've got Rachel from Merrimack College. She is on the screen. She'll get ready with her PowerPoint. Looks like it's all there. And again, if you guys don't mind, stay just a quick few minutes after Rachel is done. We've got some closing remarks. Thanks so much, Rachel. Off you go.
Thank you, Earl. Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Tamponi, Associate Director of Admission and International Recruitment at Merrimack. I do work with all students from Colorado, so thank you all for joining today. Just to start, Merrimack is located in North Andover, Massachusetts, so we are about 30 minutes north of Boston. This is a nice aerial shot of campus, so you can see it is a very suburban campus. You can walk to one side to the other in about 25 minutes or so. So you can get around campus very easily. The commuter rail is just down the street, so it is a train that takes you right into downtown Boston. So you can definitely have the best of both worlds with having that community and campus feel, but still easy access to a major city. Merrimack has 4,000 undergraduate students, 1,400 graduate students. So we have grown a bit over the past few years, but still really committed to keeping those small class sizes. Over 100 different academic programs to choose from. Merrimack is an Augustinian Catholic institution, so we are one of 2 in the country. Our sister school is Villanova, located in Pennsylvania. We are very contemporary Catholic. We have students of all religious denominations studying on campus. Really the key takeaway are really about service, leadership, giving back to others, pursuit of wisdom and truth and knowledge is something that is very valuable and important to our community. We have over 60 different groups and clubs. We have a newly founded marching band that's very popular, starting an esports program. So lots of new things coming down the pipeline. Merrimack is also Division I for athletics. So we are in the Hockey East for men and women's ice hockey, and then the Northeast Conference for all of our other varsity sport teams. So for a small to mid-sized school, we definitely have a really big athletic vibe on campus. We have a 16-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of 22. So we don't have any large lecture halls. All of our courses are faculty taught. We don't use TAs to teach any of our classes. We do guarantee housing for all 4 years. So we have nice upperclassmen options like townhouses and apartment style living. Additionally, all students are guaranteed an internship. So really important for us, students follow a 4-year career roadmap to make sure that they are maximizing their chances of getting internships and landing jobs upon graduation. And then just a little bit about our schools. We have our Girard School of Business. You can see the different concentrations here, but we just built a brand new business school. We have 28 Bloomberg terminals on campus, so really thriving, probably our most popular area of study. We also have our School of Science and Engineering. So we have ABET accredited engineering programs. We also have a new major in data science that's been very popular. We have our School of Education and Social Policy. We also just launched a brand new police academy. So that's something that we're really excited about for folks that may be interested in going into law enforcement after graduation. And then we have our School of Health Sciences. We do have a new nursing program. So that program is in year 3. And we have a completely new nursing building, all new facilities, clinical simulation labs, really everything for our students. And then our School of Liberal Arts. So it's possible to double major in many of these different areas, and you can do that across disciplines and across schools. And then just a little bit about our application process. We are on the Common App. There is no application fee to apply for any student. And we are test blind, so we do not require any test scores throughout the process. And then additionally, we try to make the education as affordable as possible. So we do offer merit-based aid. Our merit scholarships range from about $10,000 up to about $27,000, and they depend primarily on GPA. We also offer need-based aid. If your family files the FAFSA, you can be considered for that as well. And just to wrap up, here's some contact information. I will also drop all of my information in the chat, and thank you all for joining.
All right, great job, Rachel. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right. I am going to have all of my panelists. There we go. Come back on screen. And hey, so we're just going to finish out with a quick round robin. I'll pose one question to you all, and then we'll see how much time we have after that. Like 30 seconds or less, maybe. And so here's the question. What one thing do you want our audience to leave remembering your school, right? So what one fun fact do you want our audience to remember about your particular college or university? So we're going to go in order of presentation. So Rachel from UMass Amherst, then Brandeis, then Boston College, and MCPHS, then Babson, then Merrimack. So, all right, here we go.
I would lead with that. We are a leading research university, but also #1 in.
Well, you changed it to say fun fact, so I kind of had to switch up a little bit. What I was going to say? Fun fact is that we have a NASA chair on campus. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Real
Sorry,
fact.
I threw you.
Real fact. Sorry.
I said I threw you a curveball, Jessica. I'm sorry.
Real fact is second smallest research university in the country with a social justice focus.
There you go. Good job.
Yes, if I had to say fun fact, not in Boston, not a college. That's always a good one. And then real fact, I guess I'll just leave you with the word balanced, both in terms of our location and in terms, students are very passionate about their academics and work hard, but they also like to socialize and get involved in extracurricular activities and be part of the city. So I think our students tend to lead a very balanced life.
So fun fact for us, we have one of the most recent clubs has become one of the most popular. It's e-gaming for us. We have a huge e-gaming group on campus. And serious fact, the proof is in the pudding with us. We are among the top 5 of highest earning alumni within 10 years of first stepping foot on campus. So, yeah.
Fun fact for Babson would be that we actually have descendants of Isaac Newton's apple trees on campus, actually right behind our admission building, which is pretty fun. And sometimes we see people taking photos out there and we're like, oh, what are they doing? And we're like, oh, it's the apple trees. And then what to remember us by is that entrepreneurship piece, that hands-on practical approach to learning by doing, failing in a safe space. If you like to learn by getting your hands dirty and being kind of thrown into the fire in a sense, that's what you'll find at Babson.
Awesome. And then fun fact from Merrimack, just last year, we got a new comfort dog on campus. Her name is Mary. She has a great Instagram, so go ahead and give her a follow. She's great. But I think, another thing to take away in more serious tone is really the career focus piece of Merrimack to make sure our students are really well prepared to join the workforce.
Hey, perfect. That's great. Thank you so much. Sorry, Jessica, I threw you that curveball, and hey, you guys hit a home run. Great, good job. It's still baseball season in my world, y'all. So, hey, so for our audience out there, thank you for joining us. When you exit out of this, there's a 5-question quick survey that we would love for you to just fill out. Sign up for more sessions again at that website. The recording is soon to be at that strivescan.com/Greater Denver website below. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here, and I've got us back Brady Bunch style. We're going to wave you off. Good night. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Thanks to my 6 friends on the screen. Take care now. Bye-bye.